It's crunch time in the East. This is where the playoff race really starts. When you bet with Fanatics Sportsbook, you could earn FANCASH up to 10% back on your bets, win or lose. And unlike points that expire, FANCASH is the true currency of sports that you could spend on official team gear across every team and league. Collectibles, exclusive experiences, it's all on Fanatics.com. You're getting access to the world of sports every time you bet with Fanatics Sportsbook. And before every game, you could find our Knicks Film School best bets right inside the Fanatics Sportsbook app. So if you're betting the game, you could bet right along with us. Get in on the action and start earning FANCASH today. Fanatics Sportsbook. Winning hits different here. All right, welcome to the Knicks Film School Postgame Show presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Doing things a little bit differently today on the final game of the regular season. We were not planning on doing this. I am joined here by Andrew Claudio. Hello, Andrew.
Hello, John.
So let me update folks who are tuning in, because I assume we'll just upload this whole episode as it is on the feed. So if you're listening on the podcast, or even if you're just tuning into the YouTube video not live, the Knicks game is not over yet. There is a little under 5 minutes in the game, but as I'm sure everybody knows who's listening to this, the result of this Knicks game does not matter at all, other than to the Hornets, who, if they lose, given the current score of the Atlanta game, which is relevant to the Knicks, if they lost, they would have to go on the road for their 9-10 playing game, but they're currently winning by almost 20 points. And so they will host the playing game. That's not what matters. What matters right now is that before our eyes and before the eyes of national television audiences everywhere, the Orlando Magic, as they've kind of been doing for somewhere between the entirety of the season and like what really been doing on full tilt, like the last, I would say 2-3 months, are completely and totally imploding. And yes, Baylor Shireman is doing his Steph Curry impersonation, but this isn't just Baylor Shireman. You want to, like, I'll throw it back to one of my crash outs from earlier in the season, because we have to delineate all the different ones that came on MLK Day, when I was like, this team doesn't give any you know what's. They're getting out hustled. They're getting, like, the Magic's effort today, in the second half especially, makes the Knicks' effort against the Mavs that day look like when the Dream Team played Tony Kukoc. I've had the game on the entire game, but I've been keyed in on it in the second half. No offense to Kevin McCullough Jr. and Pacome Dadier, who are lovely humans. This team cannot do anything on offense. They currently have, hold on, I'll pull it up right now, because I think they had over 60 points at halftime for sure. And they are currently stuck on 85 on my TV, but box score is a little ahead. They had 61 points at halftime, and 8 minutes with 8 minutes left in the game, they now have 88. So 27 points in 16 minutes. Completely and totally inept. And then on, like, getting outworked, out hustled, out everything. And it's not that there's nothing at stake, because if they lose and Philly wins, and by the way, Philly is beating the Bucks by 22 points with under 2 minutes to go, then the Orlando Magic have to go to Philly for the 7-8 playing game, as opposed to host that game. So they absolutely have something to play for, which further proves the point that this team, I mean, we'll see what they do in the next 8 minutes, but sure are playing like a team that quit. And it seems like they've kind of quit for months. And on that note, I know Andrew has spoken a lot about the Magic on Game Theory, and he is very close with the Six Man Show folks. So I'm curious what he thinks.
They'll never see heaven if they ruin me getting to enjoy this sweep/gentleman's sweep of the Toronto Raptors. Just flat out. And get them out of my face forever. These November tryhards. If they lose this game, I swear, I cannot wait to never have to hear about this version of the Orlando Magic ever again.
Well, the coach, there's been obviously talk about Mosley being gone for the last, really for probably half the season. Easiest thing to do, certainly after the Bane trade,
as well as warranted thing to do if you're not gonna get out of the play-in with this team.
Andrew, you
were about to go full respect man with the chair. I could see the wheels turning, sir.
No,
I see it coming. They're gonna scapegoat the coach. You know what? I will drive him to the unemployment line.
You know who they should hire?
They should hire Tibbs, bro.
No,
I've been texting the chat, the 6-man chat. You'll love it. Like Jalen Suggs will play 45 minutes a game. Yeah. Paolo will go full Julius Randle. You will love it. Your 6-man rotation.
You want to tell me they wouldn't be better?
They would. They absolutely would. They have to have a head coach.
I was going to make a Doc Rivers joke, but apparently Doc is ready to spend time with his grandkids.
Hall of Famer Doc Rivers. Yes, congratulations.
Yes, Hall of Famer Doc Rivers, well earned. Look, there's two parts to NBA coaching. You got to set a culture, and then you got to actually be able to coach. Mosley came in and did a fantastic job setting a culture in a place that was kind of tough, I think, to establish culture. But there's another component of it, and it seems like, and actually, sorry, I misspoke. Culture, you got to be able to coach, and then you also have to, and goes without saying, get buy-in from your players. I think there was the Mosley coaching ability piece of it has probably been questionable for a little while now. The buy-in has not been questionable because he has not had buy-in this season.
You're being nice. 1 out of 3. He set a culture to a team that was going nowhere, and then they got a bunch of top 5 picks, and now they're gonna. They went all in for Des Bane, and they're going to barely make the playoffs if they do make the playoffs. Because now, if they lose this game, they're headed for an 8-7 and then potentially an 8-9 matchup against Charlotte. So
I'm telling you right now, there's zero chance that I am picking against Tyrese Maxey versus this team.
Same.
Maxey and 4 guys off the street, 4 of the extras from the Rocky when the extras in the Spectrum when they fought the fight. I'll take Maxey and 4 of those guys to beat this Magic team. But we'll see. They could still win this game. A lot of things could still happen.
You said the Knicks ramifications of this, right? That it's either.
Oh no, sorry, I didn't. If the sorry, burying the lead because there's a lot of. I forget that not everybody took astrophysics to understand the different tiebreaker scenarios. If the results hold right now, which is Hawks losing, which is that game final? The game might actually be final. It is final. Hawks losing, Magic or Toronto winning, and that game they're up by 30 with 5 minutes to go, and then the Magic losing, we play the Hawks. The Knicks play the Hawks. As the Magic just missed yet another 3-pointer, corner 3. I think they've hit like 1 or 2 threes in the second half, maybe. And it feels like, and the Celtics are shooting over 50% from 3 in the second half. Oh, that's the thing that I didn't say. For anybody like, well, are you sure the Magic aren't tanking this game? Here's how you know they're not tanking. Oh, the Knicks game just went final, by the way. Desmond Bane played the first 110-96. Charlotte wins. We'll touch
Charlotte won. Okay.
Charlotte. What did I say?
No. I was going to ask you who won the Knicks game.
Charlotte won by 14. Yeah. Exactly. Of course.
Watched exactly 14 seconds of this game.
It's a 14.5 point spread.
Yeah.
And they won by 14. Shireman for 3. He missed. Oh wow. Okay.
All right, fast break. You better freaking. As Shireman, okay, it's a foul. Okay,
it's a foul. Okay, so here's how you know they're not tanking. Des Bane started this game and played the first 6 minutes, and then for reasons that maybe you could find something on Twitter, like is Des Bane nursing an injury? Did they just want to like take it easy? He did not come back into the game. He played the first 6 minutes of the game, and then wasn't heard from or seen from again until this got completely out of hand, and the Magic were down by whatever they were down by 13 or something. And then with a couple minutes into the fourth quarter, Des Bane checked back in because it was like, oh my God, we're going to lose this game. Which, like, what does that say about Jamal Mosley? Holy fuck.
Yeah.
As he's seeing his team implode, because, and like the first half, again, I watched, I don't know how much you watched the first half of the game. I know you were doing just Mets. What?
No, just Mets. So I jumped in mid first quarter. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
Like it was very much a fuck around and find out feel to the first half, where like the Magic were never, like, they were not, I don't want to say they were in control, but they're by 8, 10, 12. And there was like one or two instances where if they actually made a shot, you got the sense maybe they could have started to put the Celtics a little distance, and they could just never get to that point. We should say it's 101-92, and Magic just got fouled. 6.5 minutes to go. So, like, I guess I see not having Bane in, but then at the halftime score, they were up by 9 at halftime?
Up by 9 at halftime.
By 9 at halftime.
Started raining threes on him in the third.
Yeah, and then, like, I don't know. Like, he waited way too long as Paolo misses another short mid-range. I got to tell you. I had a discussion with Sean on Takedown a couple months ago and it was funny because I didn't expect this from him, because he's shat on Paolo a lot. And then we talked about Paolo Banchero's trade value and like how that extension's looking already, which that didn't even kick in yet. And he's like, "Oh, Paolo would go for the whole package, the full car wash package." And I'm like, who's investing everything in Paolo Banchero? My God, this is Keystone Cops. Oh my
dear,
Lord.
Guys. Paolo, make this. All right, 7-point game.
7-point game.
So is the question, who would or will anybody?
There's
what? An idiot out there.
And that's what Sean said. And you're both right.
Yeah.
And all it takes is one.
Like I wouldn't. I also wouldn't trade Luka, but it just takes one idiot, And to be clear, I don't think you're idiotic for trading for Paolo and giving him a change of scenery. I don't know about the kitten capoodle though, as Bailey Shireman.
No. But he was like, all the picks, like all your picks, and like young player or whatever. And I'm like,
all right. Oh, finish that, Des Bane. Okay. Des Bane to the line, down 7.
And I'm dead wrong on. By the way, I was all about Paolo like a year or 2 years ago. Had him over Barnes in that kind of ongoing discussion.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, dead wrong. Like,
that's the Evan Mobley draft, right?
What? Paolo? No, Paolo went 1. Holmgren went 2.
That's the Jabari Smith draft.
Jabari Smith went 3rd, and who the fuck went 4th in that draft? As Des Bane misses the second free throw.
These
fucking guys.
We'll go through some super chats on the break, on the commercial, by the way, as somebody takes a 3 and makes it on the Celtics, because that's all they freaking do.
I just want to say right now, if this actually happens and we play the Hawks, like, is it a harder first round series? Absolutely.
Alley-oop to Anthony Black, 104-97.
Will I still be picking the Knicks? Yes. And I'm not sure I would have said that like 10 days ago. I will say it with my full chest now. I'll
follow up on that once this goes final, but you did say to Jeremy, I just want to see one more time them give me reason to believe. I wanted to know if you saw it or not.
I saw
Goodness, get a rebound.
Okay,
losers. Good. All right, fast break. Here we go.
Fast break.
Paolo, there you go. Layup, 5-point game.
They're trying.
Missoula.
This is hysterical that this is actually happening. No, I think because the Hawks. I believe in the Hawks. I think the Hawks are good.
I do too.
And I think their size on offense and on the boards could bother the Knicks. I think the fact that they have a guy that I believe is a legit stretch five. You know, he's not. I'm trying to. Who's like the best shooting five in the league? Carl
Anthony.
He's not Cat in terms of the consistency but he's legit. Like you have to. He could hurt you. He's probably like Miles Turner when Miles Turner was at his peak, probably something like that in terms of just the shooting and how much you need to respect it. And like I know, obviously Jalen Brunson did some nice things in the fourth quarter of the recent game, but like Daniels is a bear, and when Nickeil Alexander-Walker is your second perimeter defender, it's like Jesus Christ. The one thing I will say though for the Hawks is I do think that could be a really good Cat series. And I don't think they have the matchup for Cat.
They do not. I agree with that. It's so much less about am I afraid of the Hawks beating the Knicks and more of I was looking, the numbers. The Raptors haven't beaten the Knicks since they've traded for RJ and IQ. It was very much so that would be the first sweep we would have seen the Knicks have since the Hawks sweep in 99. Like, at least a gentleman's sweep I was counting on. I honestly was at the point where if the Knicks played the Raptors, maybe you sit OG a game and he rests the ankle if it actually is 1% serious. I don't even think that's ridiculous, John.
I think it's ridiculous.
What's the Raptors record against top 6 teams? We did this last year.
Oh, no. I saw that there was a tweet the other day or yesterday going through like the Raptors or something like 0-20 something.
There it is. 0-21 because they just lost to the Knicks.
Listen, the Raptors offense has a limit, and unless they get hot from three, and by the way, they shot 40% from three the other night against the Knicks, and they still, but it's like, it's not just that they have to hit the threes; they have to take a lot, and that's not what they want to do.
Team with Brandon Ingram and RJ is not taking a ton, and Scotty Barnes is not taking a ton of threes.
Yeah, it's not what they prefer, and they don't have the personnel to like. It's not like that there's a pivot that they could make. Sure, my lights aren't on. Their personnel is their personnel. So
yeah. Look, when I had you on for the State of the Knicks pregame pod, I very much was like, it's opponent matters to me so much more than seeding. Thankfully, the Knicks ended the season 13-3, or 12-4 because they lost today. But so they went on that little run to quell some fears. But man, like path matters so much in championship runs. Some teams just survive hard paths and it's okay. But I was counting on I want this to have as easy a path as possible. And it would have started with the Toronto Raptors. So let's see if the Magic can erase a 5-point lead.
Let us. I really do want to play Toronto, to be clear.
Same. It should also be fun just to be like OG against RJ and IQ. Like
okay, we got a turn. Trade. Oh, sorry, I'm ahead of you now because
Oh dear. So I'm guessing a turnover is coming. There you go. Thank you, Jordan Walls. Turns it over to Jalen Suggs. Paolo. Oh, that's Anthony Black.
Oh my God.
As Bane misses a layup because he's out. Guys.
And then they give up a wide open fast break layup on the other end. Now down 7 again. That was a chance to cut it to 3. That is a massive 4-point swing. I don't know how Bane missed that.
He's ass. That's why.
Bane's the one guy on this team that I would want on my team. I like Bane. I like Franz too, but I don't think Franz is right. That's the problem.
Franz isn't playing either.
I think he was having
That is Bane. Goodness, man.
320
misses a layup. I
mean, it's a tough,
a floater, but whatever. One. A long layup.
As Garza gets another, I don't know how many offensive rebounds Garza has, and he missed a point blank one. Jesus Christ.
3:06 left on
timeout Mosley.
Timeout Mosley. Pause your TV for a second, so that way we're not different. Yeah. I'm gonna run through some super chats with you if that's okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's start with. Hold on. Bill Peterfriend had one earlier. I think it disappeared.
I saw that one.
Hold on. Here we go. Bill Peterfriend with the first super chat.
If Jalen can win a chip, does he have an argument to surpass Clyde as the best point guard in Knicks history? Is that question truly sacrilegious? Great season. It's go time. Well, first of all, I respect the fact that you consider Clyde the greatest Knick in history.
Greatest point guard in Knicks history, he said.
Oh, sorry, best point guard. It means that if he, it doesn't not today. He doesn't, or sorry, 2 months from now. It wouldn't be the case 2 months from now that he would automatically surpass him. I don't think, just because Clyde is one of the 75 greatest players. I mean, I still have him in my top 50, but he's officially one of the 75 greatest players ever. If Jalen Brunson wins a chip, he's not on anybody's top 75 list. He's not on anybody's top 100 list. Probably in conversation 150 best players, maybe in history, something like that. So he's got to keep playing. He's got to keep racking up all-stars and some all-NBAs. Not that Clyde had the most. What did Clyde finish with? 7, 8 all-stars. I may be selling him way short. And 5, 6 all-NBAs. I'm probably going to be way short. 7-time all-star, 6 all-NBAs. Big difference is Clyde's one of the 5 to 10 greatest perimeter defenders in the history of the sport, at least if you go by the accolades. I mean, he made first team all defense every year he was a Knick that they gave out first team all defense, which started once his career had already begun. So, but Brunson has numbers that Clyde, I mean, it's different team, different game, but like Clyde's highest scoring average was 23 a game, but it's on the table. I'll just say that.
Kevin.
Really proud today. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, everybody should be proud of the Knicks effort today. They played really hard. The kids played hard. Deuce is great at basketball. There's no surprise there. Jose, a nice little run in the third quarter there with the steals, drawing the offensive foul, all that stuff. McCullough gave you some nice stuff.
Deuce
Final
played?
score would indicate it, but our C squad made Charlotte work today. Hey, they covered, man. Conversely, F the Magic, at least we get revenge for we here. They better get revenge for we here, if that's the way it turns out.
So Deuce played today.
Deuce did play today. He played 24 minutes, I believe, and had 21 points.
Still in ramp up. I'm surprised post injury that
I think he wanted the work.
Needs minutes. That makes sense then. Okay. All right, Magic are back on. They have the ball.
Yes.
3:04 left. Paolo drives on Jordan Walsh. Now hands off to Franz, who immediately turns it over.
That play was out of a timeout.
Yep. Bailey Shireman.
Garza
with a
floater.
A push floater. 2:39 left. The Celtics are up by 9.
Down, 9-point game.
Atlanta it is. It feels like.
I mean,
Paolo with Jordan Walsh on him, and he travels, but they don't call it, and he gets fouled.
I kind of want to pause the post game and go tune it. Does the 6-man show do post game?
So what they do is like a Mets therapy video. They do the post game holler because it's presented by Holler, like a car dealership down there, and
it sounded like a social media app.
I forget what it's called. It's like it's a something Holler, but they do a little video into the phone, right? And they post that on their socials after games, and then they go live on the 6-man show. I've texted all of them, like, your team is dead to me.
I'm sure they're getting a lot of texts.
Yeah,
but listen.
All right, Paolo hits the first one, 108-100. Oh, you think Denver tanks tonight?
So doesn't Jokic have to play 20 minutes?
Right, but he could play 20 and then they tank the second half.
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay, so you think they'll try to get they fall to 5, so they play.
I thought it was 4. I'm not.
They fall. Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't kept track of the. I know they want to go down to 4.
Mm-hmm. They want to avoid what's it called? As Jordan Walsh finds
Shireman for 3.
No
Missed.
Good. Rebound, Franz.
2 minutes to go. Magic down 7. Bane for 3.
Des Bane for 3. Bang! 108-104. 2 minutes left. Des Bane. I never said anything bad about you ever.
Maybe they'll come back and win, and it'll like inspire them to go on a long playoff run.
Or they'll lose to the Sixers and then lose to the Hornets anyway.
Shireman posting up Jalen Suggs.
Oh, grab the ball and they get a turnover.
Garza turns it over and they get fouled?
Yes, they get
fouled.
And
the Magic are in the bonus. Is this Carter going to the line, though?
Yeah.
Carter's he's a decent free throw shooter. I want to say he's like 65, 70%.
All right. The Canadian dream is not dead yet.
The Canadian dream. It's going to serve us right. Watch the Magic come back and win, and then the Raps will upset the Knicks in the first round because we're doing this shit.
You're way too afraid of the basketball gods.
Wow!
Real, by the way,
can I apologize to Wendell Carter Jr., who's a 79% free throw shooter.
Oh, well, there you go.
And Joe
Mazzulla is challenging.
This is why Joe Mazzulla is. I hate him with every fiber of my being.
He's got a little Tibbs in him,
but why he's my favorite coaching today?
Nah,
he is a crazy man.
A crazy man, indeed. He is very much a crazy man. Okay, more super chats.
Ethan Jaffe, do a fake crash out for the loss. You mean like the Knicks loss?
The Knicks loss, yeah, for the Knicks losing to the who they play? The Raptors.
I'm actually
no, the Hornets. The Hornets.
Listen,
yeah, I knew that.
There's only been one time in my life where even during tanking seasons, like people bring up, what was it, the Minnesota game that like Tim Hardaway Jr. won and that it hurt their draft position, right? Was it Timberwolves? Didn't root against the Knicks that night. Never rooted against the Knicks other than one time in my life. And people are going to hate this, but I'll say it anyway. Jordan's last season with the Wizards. I went to his last game at MSG, and that Knick team was very clearly dead in the water. They were not good, but they were at the game I forget I think it was an April game, might have been a March game, whatever it was. Knicks still technically alive for the playoffs. I was a Jordan guy, love Michael Jordan, which I know sounds crazy to people, but it is what it is. And I was rooting for Jordan. I was rooting for the Wizards to win. And he scored 25 points in the first half. It's still one of the most incredible things I've ever seen. He was diving on the floor. He cut his chin. Meanwhile, he was playing with a bunch of fucking, oh my God. Talk about people who couldn't give a fuck. And the Wizards lost that game. And I was actually a little upset. Only time I've ever rooted against the Knicks until today. And you know why? Hashtag 53 wins.
Well, some of us might have released a shirt yesterday that needed the Knicks to lose today. Go get your hashtag 53 win shirts now available on the Knicks Film School merch.
Is anybody actually upset the Knicks lost today?
No, it shouldn't be. Yeah. I know somebody that is very happy they lost because of marketing. So
no, I don't. Listen, I think it's kind of funny that we actually finally got to 53.
We got to 53 wins. Well, we did 2 years ago.
Carter makes the first
or 3 years ago when they lost to the Heat full season with the playoffs. Yeah, it was 53 wins. But yes, we got a regular season of hashtag 53 wins. All right, Wendell Carter.
Second free throw coming.
Free throws up, and
of course
no good because you suck. Oh.
What did I say it was? 79% from the line?
Oh, all right. 130, one possession game. Get a stop, you allegedly good defensive team.
I think they might need a stop here. Of course, Wendell. Oh! Franz with the steal. It's a fast break.
Foul him. What are you doing?
Oh, my God.
Oh, my God.
He blew.
Franz misses a layup, but they get the offensive rebound.
In fairness, he couldn't kind of corral the ball. Bane's going to shoot a three. Oh, no, he's good drive.
No, he's driving. Oh, he hits Paolo.
Paolo Banchero steps out of bounds.
He had the wide open three, and he
steps out of bounds.
Steps on the baseline on a drive instead. He went full, like, not confident Josh Hart. Oh, man.
My God. What an absolute horror show.
Yo, put this team in Rice.
God.
All right. Ron Harper's kid throws it in the pinch post to Garza, who throws it into White Chocolate, who finds
3 up. No good. Paolo Banchero rebound. 40 seconds left. Suggs for 3.
Bang! All right. This is the most fun the Magic have been all season. All right. Tied at 108.
This is so ridiculous that we're doing this.
Okay. Timeout, Joe Mazzulla.
Talk about fucking with the basketball gods. We're fucking with the basketball gods right now, dude.
You know what? I think the basketball gods are even like, dude, the Magic can't lose this game, right?
Listen. Maybe this just extended the heartbreak.
Hush says Hawks. You read it.
Hawks into Celtics second round. Not ideal, to be honest. That's up to the Knicks. Look, the Celtics are not ideal for anybody. The Celtics could win the championship this year. That's just about your best versus our best, and we'll see who plays better. It's an excellent team. Mosley, another one from Hush. Mosley fired if they don't make it out of the play-in. I think he's gone.
Yeah,
it would take like a first round upset for.
I think Jamal Mosley. I mean, have we ever seen a coach be fired before a play-in game? At this point,
it's crazy because it feels like it's been an open secret in the NBA for a little while that this is what's gonna happen. I mean, the back and forth, not into each other's faces, but like the two press conferences where Paolo was like the other team made adjustments and Mosley was like the only adjustment they made was they played harder. That was it's not ideal.
The 50-point loss to the Raptors was the Raptors played the Nets today and won by 38. And even that wasn't as big a win as they had against the Magic 3 weeks ago. I thought that was going to be his last game, but who knows? Two more playing games might.
But look, if the Knicks are
what happened? Okay, they knocked out the Magic. Deflected the inbound pass.
It's another inbound now.
Yeah, so out of bounds though. Anthony Black guarding the inbound. Ron Harper's kid is inbounding the ball.
Ron Harper's kid. It's gonna go.
He throws it to Vooch or Garza.
No,
are you fucking kidding me?
Garza with a prayer 3. Why did he put that up? Was that I thought that was a pass.
All right. Now bring on Atlanta, whatever.
Listen, the Knicks are going to have to play really well to take care of business against Atlanta. And when I say take care of business, I mean like win in 5. Wouldn't surprise me at all if it went to 6.
I wouldn't surprise me if it goes to 6 either. Knicks, I'm obviously picking the Knicks to win both series. I think they would have a much easier time with one over the other.
This is going to be the lead story, by the way, tomorrow. The fact that the Knicks went from playing the Raptors to the Hawks.
Yes.
100%.
There's going to be a lot of Hawks upset picks too.
I don't know about a lot.
I think. Well,
I think a lot of people.
First of all, Knicks for clicks, but
I think a lot of people will pick Knicks in 7.
I think that's boring. Knicks in 7. People will pick the Knicks to be upset by the Hawks because it will gain traction.
Okay, I think serious media people who care about being right, and I don't know how many of those there are left. I think there are some left. Look at this. First time in Celtics history, 3 different players scored a career high in points in the same game, minimum 20 minutes. Shireman, Garza, and Harper Jr.
Good for them.
Yeah. I can't believe he made that shot. It's a great shot. Oh, God, this is going to be so annoying playing this fucking Hawks team. Now the Magic can't
get the ball in bounds.
Franz
with the deepest 3 of his life
doesn't hit the rim, and then
it's a jump ball.
Oh my God!
Between Bailey Shireman and
I bet you Shireman wins the jump ball.
Of course he will,
because he's Bailey Shireman.
Their team tries harder. Wendell Carter Jr. is the other person. So it's Carter Jr. and Shireman.
I can't believe Franz tried that 3.
That was something.
It's a horrendous shot.
That was a fuck it.
How are they lined up right now?
Okay. All right. Let it go in the backcourt. Right. There you go.
Are they going to try a 3 or are they going to try a quick 2? Suggs for 3. Missed.
And Garza with the rebound. All right. Atlanta is.
They're not even fouling.
Buddy, foul. All right. Now they foul.
And he wants to review for
because he hooked his arm, but
oh my God. I was
something if it's an offensive
my
foul.
intention when I woke up today was to do like an hour's worth of homework on the Raptors.
Some of us may have started already planning out Raptors content.
God, that's right. See if you get Dominique Wilkins on the pod.
Yeah, there you go. He does technically work for Raptors media. Or
He's not
Hawks
doing
media.
anything.
Hawks
He's not.
media,
They're not
yeah.
doing games.
Yeah.
Foul.
All right. Jordan Walsh to the line. 7.9 left.
What an utter embarrassment.
Yep. 16.5 point favorites coming into today.
Is that what they were?
Yep. I understand not covering, flat out losing. I just get them out of my face.
I don't know.
Let them lose to Philly. Let them lose to Charlotte, and then get this. They're like, this is not me making fun of you either, because you're not the only one. I never want to have another thought about this version of the Magic and what they could potentially be as a thought. There was they will be the 1 seed takes by people before the season.
I'll just say
they might not make the playoffs.
The more I started watching them and the more I started paying attention to their results over the last couple months, if you'll notice, even after they got healthy, which was like a week or two ago, I wasn't like, oh, watch out for the Magic. And because I had seen too much. Like, when a team is done. And they were done. My God. Just absolutely totally embarrassing.
Their opening night starting 5 is on the bench, right? Is like in the huddle right now. Suggs, Carter Jr., Bane, Franz, and Paolo. Yeah, just never want to hear about this fake We Hear Knicks team ever again.
Can't believe Garza hit that 3.
You're still up on that. We have some very, very generous super chats, which we'll dedicate some time to as soon as this game goes final.
Okay.
Here is one from Jason M, though.
What's up, Jason? Jason is generous in his own way. Paolo giving Randall vibes. Need a crash out from John. No, you're not getting it. Look, I again, it's up to the Knicks. If the Knicks take the Hawks seriously, if the Knicks play up to their capabilities, if they go into that series and don't mess around, like they should be fine. Like, again, they won the game the other night. It wasn't easy. They needed a crazy Brunson fourth quarter, but at the same time, they were terrible on the glass in that game. And what was the other issue in that game? They had another issue in that game.
Nikhil Alexander-Walker didn't miss.
That was part of it.
Turnovers?
And Brunson was very bad.
Brunson was bad. Yeah, Brunson was bad.
For 3 quarters.
Yeah.
Paolo
for 3.
That's it.
No good.
That's it.
Out of bounds. Not 2.7 left.
2.7 left. 5 points. Just run the 5-point play. It's fine.
If they had a 5-point play in them all season and didn't use it till now, that's pretty embarrassing. All right. 2.7 seconds left in the dream, John. As Des Bane shoots a 3, misses. Shyman with the rebound. The Celtics
they actually should fire Mosley before the playing game.
Before Tuesday. Fire him then. Okay. All right. Knicks Hawks it is, folks.
Woo. Text S Barhini that it'll have to be. You have to.
He just texted me. I'm gonna ask him if I can. He just texted me.
What did he say?
I'm just gonna say. He just said, "Goddamn." We were looking forward to collabing this week. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Also, he travels for these games because of the Athletic, and he no disrespect to Cleveland, but New York might be a little bit more enjoyable than Cleveland. So.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's the Hawks. So it's a rematch of the We Hear season, which obviously did not end well. How many players are on? There's not a single. Oh, yeah, one. Well, there's one player on the Knicks who was on the team during that series. Unfortunately, that player did not play a single minute in that series because Mitchell Robinson was injured. So it's not like, go get him. We have to make up for that. We have to avenge that loss. Man, I really got to think about this now with the Hawks because. So, look, the record over the last however many 2 months, I think is very legit. I mean, I know they lost, obviously, to the Knicks in Cleveland in back-to-back games that they were trying to win in the last week. The fact that they sat people today, I think. Now, that's the other point of conversation. there's going to be people who say the Hawks tanked the game today because they hope to face the Knicks. I don't know if I would go that far. I think it was probably just a matter of like, we don't care who we play, so we're going to not risk injury to our guys. But I'm sure they don't mind the fact that they're playing the Knicks. They played the Knicks well, and they almost beat them. They almost beat them the other day. It's a really good starting five. It's a starting five that makes sense. It's a starting five that plays really well together. It's a starting five that, I will say, though, does give a hiding place for Jalen Brunson, which is always something you look for. Obviously, the Raptors would have also provided a hiding place somewhere along the way for Jalen Brunson. But, and look, we're starting to talk about the keys of the series. Like, we saw Jalen Brunson get switched onto, I feel like it was CJ McCollum a lot down the stretch of that game, and that's going to happen because they're not going to be able to keep him on Dyson Daniels the whole time. So he's going to get switched on to whether it's McCollum or Nickeil Alexander-Walker a lot in the series. He's going to need to hold up defensively. Cat's going to absolutely need to be on his toes because this is a Quinn Snyder offense. It's a lot of movement. They confuse you. They put you in the blender in their own way, even with the limited personnel. And I guess the misconception about the Hawks is like, because like Johnson isn't a knockdown 3-point shooter. Daniels obviously is not a great 3-point shooter. Kuminga, who we'll see how much. I'm actually curious how big a part of the rotation Kuminga is. He's not really a 3-point shooter. That they're not a good shooting team. They're a great shooting team. Not great. They're very good. They're a top 10 3-point shooting team percentage-wise, top 10 3-point shooting team volume-wise. So offensively, like they issue challenges, and then the real conversation is going to come down, I think, to how do they defend the Knicks. And let me ask you this first question. Obviously, won't be the last question. Do you think? I don't know how I want to phrase this. Do you think this is more of a Cat series or more of a Brunson series? And there's an obvious answer to that. Yeah, okay, that's the obvious answer. That's more of a Cat series. And I'm actually going to push back a little bit. I understand why you're saying that. I understand why everyone's going to say that. And yet, the notion that Jalen Brunson is going to, or should, to be clear, turn into, 37-year-old Mike Conley for the next 2-3 weeks, that's not in anybody's interest. Like, Jalen Brunson still needs to do Jalen Brunson things for the Knicks to win. And that's why I think because I think Cat's going to have a good series. I think Cat's playing out of his mind. I think he's going to play great. I think he's going to score against his team. But like, there's no universe where Cat's going to walk into the series and like average 25 shots a game. That's not Cat.
Is that what you think I mean by it'll be a Cat series?
No, what do you mean? So
we just saw the blueprint. Like, he's more active, and it's not a Brunson 25 to 30 shot per game series.
Yes.
Because he will take Atlanta's best defender with him out of every action. And the Hawks just do not have somebody that can adequately guard Karl Anthony Towns.
I guess what I mean by that is there is no universe where the Knicks offense can be successful if Jalen Brunson is not putting a specific sort of pressure on the defense.
Right.
And I think for him to put that specific sort of pressure on the defense, he needs to feel and they need to feel like he is an active threat. And in order for him to feel like an active threat, he's going to need to shoot it, and he's going to need to take some tough shots.
And he will.
And what? And finding the balance between that and, getting off the ball fast and all those sorts of things.
I think because of the nature of how, and look, they might not guard him with a Kongwu. Like, they might not guard Cat with the center like we saw on Monday.
I mean, we could talk about the matchups.
Like, here's something crazy. What if they put Dyson Daniels on Cat, and then they put Nickeil Alexander-Walker on Brunson? Like, that's my first thought is you could, what's up?
You don't start that way. I think maybe that's a back pocket thing.
Whatever. It's an adjustment they can make. They could do the center on Josh Hart thing if they want to, and the Knicks can go double bigs. These are two very good coaches that are going to be making some adjustments throughout the series. So I expect multiple looks. As far
Gay
as
Gay is an interesting option on Cat. I know he didn't have a ton of time on the last game, but I thought he was somewhat successful.
I'm not the answer to your question of this is a Cat or Brunson series, my answer is both. This will not be one that Brunson has to carry the Knicks to a victory, similar to what we saw at points during the Detroit series or at times during the playoffs last year on offense. I think they were able to succeed simultaneously, which if that translates to a Cat series, because I think he might average more, because they won't have anybody really to guard him. Look, they discovered something the Knicks did over the past week in this 2-man game. How sustainable it is, we'll see come playoff time.
You know what the answer might be?
What?
It might be an OG Anunoby series, because what was the cross match we ended up seeing a decent amount of was CJ McCollum ending up on OG Anunoby, and what did CJ McCollum do in those instances? It was an auto foul. So like, talk about history repeating itself. What was the biggest criticism of the Knicks in the 5-game loss to the Hawks in 2021? It was that they could not properly attack Trae Young, and a lot of that fell on Reggie Bullock, who was not on the team anymore after that year. CJ McCollum is not Trae Young in terms of a defender, but he's like not that far away. So how the Knicks attempt to attack McCollum and like without it taking them out of their offense, and I don't think it will take them out of their offense. I think their offense is like solid enough that won't be the case. But like, listen, man, OG, he's a willing participant. If you want to have him go out there and be like, hey, 20 shots for you tonight, big boy, like he's taking them. So that'd be interesting.
So we have all week and now a week to replan for the Knicks against the Hawks. Most likely, I would guess Game 1 next Saturday at 6 p.m. The NBA will release their schedule as soon as the first two, Wednesday night they'll release the schedule, which we will be at the Brooklyn Bowl on Wednesday. So come join us as we are the opening act for Doug Lust, Dugging in the Crates, his concert at the Brooklyn Bowl on Wednesday. The link to that event is in the description of this episode. We do need to shout out our friends at Fanatics Sportsbook at some point during this post-game show, John.
Let's do it.
So let's do it. Shout out to the fine folks over at Fanatics Sportsbook. So we didn't do a squad bet before the game today because there were no Knicks props available for the squad bet. We did do betting and sweating, and we have some end of year numbers to go over with betting and sweating.
So betting and sweating, for anybody who might be their first post game show, right? Andrew, you always tell me pretend
about to explain it, so I'm glad you get to. Go ahead.
There you go. We do individual like video picks. There's 5 of us: me, Andrew, Mensa, Jeff, and Sean, in which we pick 7 categories, 5 related to the Knicks game. We pick a spread bet, we pick a opponent bet, a parlay, a home run bet, and then a best bet, and then we pick some out of town stuff. And
home run bet being a plus 300 or better.
And so we've each done probably 15 on the year.
Everybody
we all made the same number of these.
119 picks total.
There you go. 119 picks total. And today was the last one. And now we have a final leaderboard.
The final leaderboard for betting and sweating on the season. I'll just start from the bottom up. And I just want to say, Mensa finished with 70 total points in last place. He also finished in first on our best bets for the parlay that we would send out before games. He got the most best bets. So when it counted, he got those right. Did finish in last in betting and sweating, though. So shout out to Mensa. Thank you for playing. Jeff made a late charge, but unfortunately had a goose egg his last game, his last try through the season, through the turn. He finished with 111 points on the season. John, you actually finished tied for second.
With who?
With Sean at 119. Sean today needed 13 points to tie me, 14 points to pass me. He only ended up with 5, which tied you. He does still have 2 outstanding out-of-town bets, so he could pass you for second place.
What are the 2 outstanding out-of-town bets?
His 2 outstanding out-of-town bets are Braves Guardians over 7.5 runs Jesus total, Christ. And Denny Avdia over 25.5 points.
So I'm so pissed because my best bet for my last round was Brunson 26 or more points, and Brunson played an outstanding basketball game against what did I pick?
The Hawks. It was the Hawks. No. It was the Celtics game. Yeah, and he had 25.
Wait, was it Celtics or was it Raptors?
It was the Celtics.
It was the Celtics.
Yeah.
Played outstanding. It was one of my favorite Jalen Brunson games of the year, and he ended up with 25. So my best bet missed by literally 1 point, and that was a 5-point bet, and I wouldn't have to be sweating this out. Now I have to worry about fucking Braves Guardians to tie with Sean. That's not ideal.
Well, I hate to say it, John, but you know why he only ended up with 25 points? It's because he passed the ball 3 times down the stretch. Once to Karl-Anthony Towns. 4 times. Once to Karl-Anthony Towns, and 3 times to Josh Hart. He had 4 assists in the final 3 minutes of the game. So your beloved Josh Hart game that you may have reacted accordingly to cost you a higher point total.
I'll take that game anyway.
And the winner of betting and sweating for the season is me, myself, and I.
Congratulations.
Yes. No, we're celebrating this. Don't you dismiss the congratulations. We're celebrating.
I say congratulations.
I paid my dues from time after time. I've done my sentence, but committed no crime. Shout out to the fine folks over at Fanatics Sportsbook. Thank you for your partnership throughout the season. Look forward to your partnership throughout the playoffs. I have asked them, are there any odds yet for Knicks Hawks? We'll see what they come up with.
Yes, we will.
Okay, let's do some super chats.
Still doesn't. I am. It's been a long time since I've been as disgusted with a different team. I've been disgusted with the Knicks time, but with another team as I am with the Orlando Magic right now. That was just an utter quit. It was a total quit in the third quarter. I
don't think they quit. I think they're ass.
No,
they were trying in that
let me
quarter.
rephrase that.
They were trying to win the game.
They were, but okay, so it makes it worse actually. The Celtics were like, we're gonna really try now. And it was like the Magic didn't know what to do with that. They had no earthly concept what to do with a team that was like, you know what, we're gonna punch you guys in the mouth. And the Magic, the big bad Magic, that to your point earlier about if I have to hear one more fucking thing about this team being a bunch of nasty, you know what's or whatever, like didn't know what to do at all. Like died on the vine.
Yep.
Anyway.
Yep. Very generous super chat.
Oh, Jesus. Jerry D, thank you very much for this. I really appreciate it. We really appreciate it. And thank you. Long-time listener, first-time participant. Well, never too late. Thank you. Appreciate KFS for all the amazing content this season and keeping me connected to my Knicks fam. Hawks, Raptors, doesn't matter. Knicks in 5. I like it. That's Andrew's line. Knicks in 5.
Well, technically, it's Mensa and Sean's line. I co-sign it usually. I think I have to adjust it to Knicks in 6 because I had Knicks in 4 ready for the Raptor series. But, we'll see. Thank you, Jerry, for the contribution. I'm glad we kept you connected. I don't know where you are, but thank you for the contribution.
I really want to pick Knicks in 5. I don't know that I will be able to get there. I really don't want to pick Knicks in 7. I don't think I'm going to.
The way they played this last week and a half, and really the last week, because the Chicago game, there's not much data to collect, and neither the Memphis game, but really the Boston game following the Atlanta game gives me confidence. Like I'm out of questions for this team. We collected enough data during the regular season. I would say Knicks in 5 is in play. I'm more comfortable Knicks in 6 because of what Atlanta has been for just without Trae Young, what they've been for a solid 3 months now. Anytime they've played anybody remotely good, they've lost.
They have some wins over the Magic.
What is the words we just said? Remotely good, John. The Magic just lost to Boston Community College.
Oh my God. Holy cross.
Yeah, fine. The Bill Simmons alma mater.
I don't know where Baylor
Holy Cross probably would have put up a better effort against the Celtics today.
I don't know where Baylor Shireman went to college. If he didn't go to Holy Cross, I'll be very upset.
Hold on, I know this because Sam was high on him because he calls him Bailey Shireman. Hold on. Bailey Shireman.
Creighton.
Went to Creighton. Yeah.
After he transferred from South Dakota State. Well, that checks out.
Jeez, John. Thank you, Jerry D. My initial thought is Knicks in 6. But Knicks in 5 is absolutely in play.
Hometown Aurora. Oh, he's from Boston. No.
Oh,
Nebraska.
yeah, you just said it. Oh no, you said South Dakota. One of the flyovers. No
South
disrespect.
Dakota by way of Nebraska. That's
And ended up in Boston.
God.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Jerry, very much.
Somehow
Really
a
appreciate
local hero without ever living in Boston until now. Another very generous.
that. Guy
super
looks like
chat.
he's from Southie. Dan Hidalgo, what's going on, Dan? Always a constant or frequent super chatter, and I say this from the bottom of my heart. I cannot thank you enough, and how much I appreciate the fact that your contributions to the show are always level-headed, which is not something I can say about myself. And that's just like, it makes life a lot easier for me. Not that I should be complaining, but it does. Thank you, KFS. You make something already awesome even better. Congrats to all of the long-suffering Knicks fans. For the first time since 1999, when I was 6 years old, I can say with a straight face, the Knicks have a chance to win the title this season. Man, I remember how I felt after that Pacers series and going into that Spurs series. And I remember feeling like, oh, great, we won our championship. Because that was always the way it was for me. Even then, I was 16, I think. And I was like, I viewed the Eastern Conference playoffs as the championship. And not that I say I didn't care about the Spurs series or like completely gave up hope for the Spurs series. That wasn't the case. But I didn't think they had a chance to win in 99. Now, obviously, they make the finals. You have a chance at anything. I think they have a better chance now than they did in 99. Because they're a better team, for one. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I pre-wrote my newsletter for tomorrow, which I will still be. Thank God I don't have to completely scrap it. I'll have to make an adjustment or two. But my theme of the newsletter tomorrow is to kind of, before we engage on this playoff journey, like take a step back and take stock of like where this thing is and how far they've come. And here, you want to know my I'll give away one stat. It's not, I guess, that crazy of a stat. But where do you think the Knicks rank in wins, total NBA wins over the last 6 seasons?
Oh, we just did this.
Oh,
Patreon
yes, that's right. So
trivia.
do you remember where they rank over the last 6 seasons?
They were top 5.
Almost. They're 6th.
They're 6th. Okay.
They were going into today one behind, I want to say Cleveland. Cleveland was playing Washington today. Did they win?
Yeah, Cleveland won.
Now they're 2 behind Cleveland for the last 6 years. Do you want to know where the Knicks ranked in the previous 6 years?
Oh, no. Bottom 5?
Last.
Oh,
so
wow.
They literally had a 6-year stretch where the worst winning percentage in the NBA, worst winning percentage during that 6-year stretch than the Jets. Like truly just bottom of the barrel, abhorrent stuff. And
hold on. Please tell me that's the stat. That really is the stat. A worse winning percentage than the Jets.
Over that 6 years, yes, worst winning percentage.
That's amazing. That's some of your best work, John.
Thank you.
That's amazing.
Very much appreciated. And now they're, contending for a title, and the other thing that I thought was kind of cool is wins. I'm really giving away the whole newsletter tomorrow, but
people should read it. Now you're getting a preview. People should read
it. They've won. I'll just say this: they've increased their win total now for 5 straight seasons, and they've only ever done that one other time in the history of the franchise. And I'll just leave it at that. Thanks, Dan. Appreciate you for this and for everything. Anthony 6, though, this starting lineup isn't it. JK, props to the bench guys' effort. This was a great game for Deuce just to get in rhythm. I completely agree. Something tells me the Hawks series is going to feel like the Detroit one. And hashtag still believe in McCullough. McCullough, man, that dude should have a 10-year NBA career. I'll just say that. I don't know if he's ever going to be part of a consistent rotation, but like that dude should have an NBA career. I think this is going to be a high scoring series. I do not think this will be quite the defensive struggle. I think both. To me, the Knicks didn't look good in the Detroit series. The Pistons looked worse. I think mostly because Cade Cunningham, what do you average, 5 turnovers a game or something like that, and like didn't hit threes the whole series, and they just didn't have the offense. I think the teams will look better in this series, and I think the caliber of basketball will be more aesthetically pleasing, if nothing else. I guess what I'm wondering is like the thing with the Pistons series was like, other than game 1 and maybe one other game I'm forgetting about, they never had like a long stretch in a game where they like just wilted, where the pressure got to them. Am I forgetting something?
I would argue game 4 and game 6, they had big leads and then just like
They kind of, yeah. But okay.
Especially the end of game 6, where we were sitting there like, damn, they're gonna actually have to go 7 with this team. And then
true.
Yeah, Knicks erased I think it was like an 8 or 7 point lead down the stretch. And
yeah.
I ask a Pistons content creator, they'll say that what's his face? Asar Thompson being taken out, and that just suddenly stopped. That allowed the Knicks to get into their offense again. But
I think the Hawks are going to play maybe not like a veteran team that's been there before, but I think the Hawks are going to play well.
My most terrifying thing about Atlanta is that it's a very much a house money series for them. They are not playing really with any stakes at the moment. They have a lottery pick via the Bucks and Pelicans waiting for them. They cleared their books after the Trae Young trade. Like, they are playing like a team that if they lose in 5, great. Look at the progress we made. We went from the bottom of the play-in to the playoffs, and we weren't supposed to do anything. So teams that play with house money will always scare me.
Let me just say
outside of the
this.
Toronto Raptors.
What I've been thinking for months that the Eastern Conference first round was going to have an upset. And I guess I'm going to have to change that stance because I don't think the other 3 series is going to be an upset.
Do you put any stock in the fact that the Raptors went 3-0 against the Cavs this year?
Me neither.
I just wanted to know.
No.
Okay.
No, I don't.
What's your prediction for the Raptors series with the Hawks? With
Cavs,
the Cavs?
Cavs in 5.
Okay.
I think it's going to be Cavs in 5. I think it's going to be Celtics in 4, and I think it's going to be Pistons. If it's Pistons Hornets,
I think the Celtics win in 5 or 6, by the way. I know in your mind they don't lose games except the most recent one they played against the Knicks, but I believe in Tyrese Maxey.
I think all 3. I think the other 3 series will go 4 or 5 games. I have a lot of faith in those teams. Thanks, Anthony. Jason with another one. Oh, we had this already. No, still not getting the crush out. Danishevsky, CS did this to us.
All right, I'll translate, Kevin. The Celtics did this to us. We hear you on my B-Day. So the last day of the season,
I remember.
The Knicks needed a win. For everybody listening, the Knicks needed to win to clinch the 4 seed and get to 41-31. The Celtics rested their top 7 in their rotation. That was like a Luke Cornett team. And all I remember is there was one possession down the stretch where Luke Cornett had a 3 that would have given the Celtics the lead, and they missed it. And then the Knicks went on to win that game by like 6 or 7 points. Yeah. Apparently that was also Kevin's birthday because he had to make this about him, but it's okay. Kevin, happy early birthday, clearly, because that series probably happened like a month from now. So
wasn't there a world where was 6 still in play on the last day of the season?
In the same way that the way the Knicks would have played the Raptors was a 3-way tiebreaker.
Yeah.
Because the first tiebreaker in a 3-way tie is whoever is if there's a division champ, they get the highest seed. Then it becomes a 2-way tiebreaker. Back in 2021, the Knicks, Hawks, and Heat were all tied with 1 game left. And the first tiebreaker would have been the Heat, who were would have been the division champ over the Hawks. And so, no, it would have been the Hawks. The Hawks would have been the 4 seed because they were the division champ. And then it would have went to Knicks Heat as a 2-team tiebreaker. And if you remember from that season, the Heat won all 3 games against the Knicks. So the Knicks would have fell to 6 and would have had to play Milwaukee. But game 82 of that season wasn't all on the same day. It was the day before. And the Miami Heat played the Milwaukee Bucks on a Saturday night. I'll never forget it. We turned into Bucks
I remember that. I remember that.
Into Bucks Film School, and I was live updating the score on League Pass for that night. The Bucks ended up winning, which meant if the Knicks beat the Celtics on the last day of the season, they clinched the 4 seed, and they went down to the wire to clinch the 4 seed. So that was a scenario where a 3-way tie would have created the Knicks falling to 6, and thankfully the Heat lost one more game, and it just went to a 2-way tie where the Knicks had the tiebreaker with the Hawks from winning all 3 games. And happy early birthday, Kevin.
Happy early birthday, Kevin. Yes, remember that well. Okay. Hushu, Tibbs is going to inherit this Magic team. Listen, as Taj Gibson told me in the locker room a long time ago, if you want to win basketball games, hire Tom Thibodeau as your coach. So I don't know what they want to do.
I've been trying to sell it to the 6-man show for like weeks now. I just think it would be very funny to see what he does with Jalen Suggs and how many minutes Jalen Suggs would average next season.
I'd be fascinated to see what he does with Paolo.
You're 100% right. They'd be better. Like they would talk about a guy with top 10 offenses galore the last couple of years. They're at least going to be better than bottom 10 or whatever they finished this season. I think they'll go a different, more modern direction though.
I would guess so. Because Mosley and Tibbs are not dissimilar. Sam L. Mosley, by the way, almost like was interviewed for the Knicks job, I should say, last time around. Sam L. Skates, what's going on, Sam? If you can't handle me at my Kevin Knox, you don't deserve me at my Mo Diawara. That's good. Appreciate that one.
Another one from Kev.
What's up, Kev? Another Knicks-related note. I think some of these kids might help us land safely post-window. I like Kevin McCullough. Call me crazy, but I've seen stuff from Pacome too. Kevin, we are not at the point yet in this Knicks life cycle where we need to start talking ourselves into Pacome Dadier and Kevin McCullough being part of the next generation of serviceable Knicks. I want this era to last for a good long time. That's what I want.
I agree. Hush with another one.
What's up, Hush? Okay, Hawks, it is. I really think we should abuse double bigs for like 25 minutes a game, especially with Onyeka as the big. If Nickeil Alexander-Walker drops 35 a game, we deserve to lose. Listen, that was not on the Knicks. I mean, a little bit of it was on the Knicks defense, but I thought Nickeil was like, what the hell? He was having the shot making game.
Just closing my door. Just give me a second. Sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I think Nickeil Alexander-Walker was having the shot making game of his life. As far as double bigs goes, I think that would be a way to counter the fact that the Hawks did do some damage on the offensive glass in that game. And now that I'm thinking about it, I'm pretty sure that I get confused, obviously, because I'm a little old. But I'm pretty sure that was the high turnover game too. Hold on. I'm looking at it right now. Atlanta versus Atlanta. Yeah, they had 17 turnovers in that game. They had 17 turnovers, and then the Hawks had 19 offensive rebounds. It's actually astounding that they won the game. And Jalen Brunson was just awful for the first 3 quarters, and they shot 33% from 3. Like there was that. No, I don't want. And yet, like I did think they kind of played well despite all those stats I just gave. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see how much double bigs they go to. Mitchell Robinson in that game, by the way, played 20 minutes. He had 4 offensive rebounds, 12 boards overall. What a monster! I think he was really good in that game. Yes, he was.
Yes, Mitch was a monster, especially in that third quarter. That stretch where they went Mitch for Hart and they erased the 10-point deficit. Yeah. And then like Josh made up for it down the stretch with a rebound or two. I now have to make sure I include that Josh was good when I'm talking to Macri. So I make sure that I don't insult him in any way.
Hart was very bad in the first half in that game.
He was awful. I argued for benching him down the stretch, and thankfully he was in the game for the big rebound, and then he had a good possession on Jalen Johnson.
Yeah, he had a couple nice defensive possessions down the stretch.
That's why I think Mike Brown went with him, because I thought he was defending Jalen Johnson well. His on-ball defense with like bigger forwards has been very good lately.
It will be interesting. I will just note. So Jordan Clarkson down the stretch of the season has been getting obviously a decent number of minutes. He only played 9 and change versus Chicago, but that's because it was the Bulls. Only played 11 versus Memphis, but that was because it was Memphis. For the stretch of games before that, basically starting with the Utah game, the least number of minutes he played was 18 minutes. Then you had the Memphis and Chicago games where he didn't need to play a lot. And then in that Hawks game, only played 8 minutes. And it was a little bit of a tougher go for him. Boston, he played 14. Toronto, he played 18. So more back to normal. I wonder if this is a little bit more, if this at any point in time becomes an Alvarado series. Just something I'm flagging.
Well, how do you think they'll start guarding the Hawks?
God. OG on Jalen. That should
I actually think they go Josh on Jalen.
So Josh did a good job on Jalen, didn't he?
Because then you allow OG to roam a little more.
So, but here's the thing that I noticed, that is what they did in that game. Josh guarded Jalen for most of the game. I don't know that I felt OG's off-ball impact as much as I would have liked to for that strategy.
That game, though.
That game.
Yeah.
That's a way that they could go. I mean, if Josh feels comfortable against Jalen, which he probably does, but you know, the thing with Jalen is like he just gets downhill so easily, and he's so good from that mid-range area. He also hit three or five from deep in that game, which is not always going to be the case. Like the Hawks shot really well in that game. They shot 38% from deep. You know, so then if you go Josh on Jalen, you hide Brunson on Daniels, but then, well, so McCall's on CJ. Cat, I mean, you're having, but you can't really help off of Nickeil Alexander-Walker unless you're going to give, you give Nickeil Alexander-Walker to Brunson. I don't think you do that.
Jalen Brunson will be guarding Dyson Daniels all series.
But they're going to go to Dyson Daniels to screen immediately.
Okay, great. They were going to bring Brunson's man into the action anyway. At least if the Knicks ignore Dyson Daniels, you might force them to take 5 threes a game. It's literally the Josh Hart series, except Dyson Daniels is not as good as Josh Hart.
Again, it's like the chess match is going to be fascinating because let's just say, for argument's sake, the Knicks are able to successfully exploit the presence of I got ahead of myself there, of Dyson Daniels on when the Hawks have the ball, and Brad Stevens. My God,
you're way ahead of yourself.
No, why can't I think of the
Quinn
Hawks?
Quinn Snyder, the other white guy,
with the red glasses. And Quinn Snyder feels like he has to pivot. And the pivot is Gabe Vincent, who has played in a lot of big playoff games and is a serious player and can hit threes and is obviously a better offensive player than Dyson Daniels. He's also got some dog in him on defense, but he's not Dyson Daniels. I bet you, I'm not saying like Dyson Daniels is going to get benched or anything, but I would be shocked if Gabe Vincent did not have some extended stretches where he was playing big minutes, and basically banking on him being good enough on offense to make up for whatever drop off there is on D. Because he's not a pushover on defense, Gabe Vincent.
Gabe Vincent has played more than 15 minutes in a game. Let's see, since being a Hawk, how many times? So he's played more than 20 minutes 3 times. Twice. That's right.
I mean, he just hasn't been healthy a lot.
Right. I think he was a salary dump in that trade.
I know, but Like,
if Gabe Vincent turns a Knicks series, the Knicks don't deserve to be considered serious in a series. I'm not afraid of Gabe Vincent. The Miami Heat have this strong hold over you, specifically that one, that will exist forever. I'm not afraid of Gabe Vincent turning a series.
I'm not saying they should be afraid of Gabe Vincent. I'm just saying I wouldn't be surprised if the Hawks turn to Gabe Vincent in some important moments this year.
If that's the take, I don't disagree. It will be on their way to losing in 5, though.
So let's hope so.
Yes.
All right. Charles Perkins, what's going on, Charles? Playing Atlanta could actually help in the long run. I don't think we beat Boston last year without first going through that Detroit crucible. I could see the Atlanta series serving as that same kind of a tune-up. I think the difference is I think they needed the Detroit tune-up. I think they needed to because New York basketball Twitter account had resent out the Tibbs clip from after the 3 straight losses at the end of last season, and Tibbs sounding genuinely dismayed about the state of things. So they were not in a good place. I think they're in a good place right now. Now, I think that actually is, you're trying to make that your point. They're feeling good about themselves right now. If they had been able to walk over the Raptors, then they wouldn't have been iron sharpens iron or whatever. I think Boston, I don't think they need to get prepared for Boston. I think regardless of who they play in the first round, they will be ready to go versus the Celtics. Give or take.
I agree.
First 5 minutes of game 1.
Love the perspective, Chuck. Or Charles. I personally think they could have tuned up against the Raptors and then rested a week, and we would have been fine. Yeah. But who knows? Maybe more Cat involved. But Cat having a big series against Atlanta is a good tune-up for Boston.
You know what?
Oh, never mind.
Defending the Hawks is a lot closer to defending the Celtics than defending the Raptors.
So there you go. It's a good tune-up. We have done the full cycle of, damn it, I wish we were playing the Raptors, to, you know what? I'm glad we're playing the Hawks.
Silver lining. Sam Garcia, bring on Atlanta. Orlando is a joke. Joke isn't even the word.
You know what's a joke, Sam? Our Metropolitans. That's right. So even John is making fun of them, and he hasn't watched an inning of baseball all season. The Mets didn't score today.
I saw your video.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks, Sam. Hush. Which journalist is going to say Jalen Johnson will be the best player going into the series? My money is on Mark Spears. I'm not going to say anything. Nauseating week incoming. Don't pay attention to it. Truly, don't pay attention to any of it. It'll do you no good. There'll be some quality preview content out there. I'd like to think we'll have a lot of it here on our channel. Look, Jalen Johnson's really good. He's going to make All-NBA, probably 3rd team. I don't think he will get as many votes as Jalen Brunson. He is. Listen, he can. I'm sure he's looking at this series like, I could establish myself as one of the best players in the league in this series. I could use this as my springboard. By the way, not unlike Trae Young, kind of used the Knicks series as his springboard to a national audience. I understand people knew who he was before that, but and he had more name recognition than Jalen Johnson does now. But I'm sure Jalen's looking at this as an opportunity, and I would be very surprised if he doesn't play well. He's been awesome this year. He's a really good player. So, yeah.
Which All-NBA team do you think he makes?
3rd.
I would agree with that.
So wait, actually, can we do a quick All-NBA check-in?
A few more super chats, and then
sure.
we'll do that. Okay.
Yes. Paul McFairline, would I have preferred to play Toronto? Yes, but if we are a legit team, we should win in 6. You could argue they should win in 5, but I'll take 6. I have Knicks winning in 6 on a hard 3 in the last 20 seconds. Going out on a real limb there, Paul.
Oh man, that'd be funny if that's how it ends again. Next up,
Robert Cross. There it is. First time, long time. It's your boy John. I'm not going to pretend to give a fuck about playing Atlanta in the first round. None of the teams in the Eastern Conference are beating the Knicks in a 7-game series. None. We are climbing the mountaintop. Hashtag 53 wins. I love the confidence. I do.
Hope you're doing well, Robert. Thank you for the hashtag. Hashtag 53 win shirts available at the Knicks Film School store.
Yeah, we should put the link in the thing. It's a great.
The
shirt.
link to the Knicks Film School store is always in link to the description. What?
Breaking news.
This happened a while ago.
Oh, I didn't see it.
Yeah, Sean. It happened like while we were watching Atlanta, watching
20 minutes
Orlando.
ago.
The Shams tweet got sent out. So Doc Rivers is retiring, is the breaking news, or stepping down as head coach. The Shams tweet came out 41 minutes ago. 41 minutes ago.
I missed it.
Okay. Well, John's gonna read that. Hush Zoo, basketball gods never make it easy on us, man.
No.
I would argue they're giving us a gift to tune up for the Celtics, or that's the spin we're putting on this now. So
I'm not putting any spin on it. I would have preferred
you just did
the Raptors.
Listen, you don't gotta tell me twice. I've been saying for 2 months, it'd be great, a first round sweep against the Raptors. Unfortunately, you didn't get that, and then I gotta go earn it against Atlanta. So
they are going to have to earn it. That is for sure.
Next up,
Shamoon, to anybody going to these games, please no fuck Trae Young chance. Oh my God, yes, please. None of that.
Retire that the same way, like when Iman Shumpert left the Knicks, we retired Knicks tape. Like it's gone. Like it's over. That era is over. We can now pick a different player on the Hawks to send our vitriol to.
Hold on, before we go to Mr. Vito, because we were talking about coaches, Doc Rivers. I don't know if Darko is a better coach than Mike Brown or a worse coach than Mike Brown. I don't think it would have mattered in that series.
Yes, I agree. I think he's a worse coach than Mike Brown, though.
I don't think we know. I think he does some nice things, and I think he needs to have a different.
What are the nice things you think he does?
I think the fact that he's gotten this team to a fucking 5 seed means he's a very good coach.
A lot of bad teams, especially this year.
Sure, but
you go 0-20 against the good teams.
I'm sorry, that team had a 34 win over under before the season.
A lot of people picked the over because they traded for Brandon Ingram before the season.
They did
last season.
They did.
And in this league with teams at the bottom of the sport just being like, you know what?
I understand.
Take these W's, especially one of those teams being the Orlando Magic.
What I was gonna say, and people are gonna fucking kill me for this, and I don't care.
I
think Quinn Snyder's a better coach than Mike Brown. I think.
I don't think that's crazy. I think they're more closer than
definitively not definitively.
I like Quinn Snyder.
It wasn't like Tibbs versus JB Bickerstaff in the Cavs series, however many years ago. Maybe more like Spo versus Tibbs.
Sounds about right. Ironically. So the Atlanta Hawks went 23-6 against teams below 500, 23-30 against teams above 500. The Raptors went 24-6 against teams below 500, 22-30. Very similar resumes, which is why they ended up with the same record. The only reason these two teams are over 500 is because they took advantage of tanking teams.
I totally, but still, Quinn Snyder's a damn good coach. I think he's generally considered probably a top 5 coach in the league.
Not anymore. Top 10.
Top 10 for sure.
Yeah.
Top 10 for sure. Okay. Let's keep it going. Mr. Vito, ups, downs, and everything in between. Lo and behold, a very likable season. I love it.
And hashtag likable. Hashtag likable.
And a huge part of it was the KFS content. Oh, well, thank you. On behalf of all of us, thank you. Vibes are immaculate going into the postseason. Let's fucking go Knicks. Was this a likable season?
You got to answer that.
I'm asking myself.
My answer is yes, for what it's worth.
The cup was cool. I know. You're holding up the hat.
It's an audio medium. Thank you for telling people.
You're holding up the NBA Cup champions hat. The cup was cool. That was fun. That was a lot of fun. And they had a couple fun stretches since then. Both of which I think ended with the Denver wins. And then honestly, this last week, it might have made a difference for me. Like, I'm telling you, man, more than a week. When was the Houston game?
That was a week and a half ago.
Yeah, so last 10 days.
Tuesday. Yeah.
Honestly, I think the last 10 days, because there's a world where the last 10 days don't go like they did. In which case, I don't know that I would have called this a likable season. But I think because it ended how it did, it was a likable regular season. I'm cool with that. Thanks, Mr. Vito. JDM. Only gripe is Trey isn't still on the team. Oh, well. And they're better off for it.
I think they're harder to play now.
Oh, they're much harder to play.
Yeah. They don't have like a place you can hunt on defense anymore. You got to go earn your points. Although Cat, I think, can not hunt on defense, but I think he could dominate on offense, I should say.
Like, they're a different team, and I think they play. I mean, go back to the Quinn Snyder point. They play more Snyder ball. Now that Trey's off the team.
Well, nobody's Rudy. That's a problem with the analogy. No one's Rudy Gobert.
Oh, I don't. I think, but that's why I think Snyder's. I don't think Snyder only has one style. I think it's just the motion of the offense.
But okay, so their Snyder ball for me is like. So what are you saying? Nickeil Alexander-Walker is Mitchell in this scenario? I think they're a completely different team.
I think Quinn Snyder is a sophisticated offensive coach. That's all I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Much like Mike Brown, by the way.
I guess I didn't understand what Snyder ball meant. I don't know that that's a thing. I think he's just a very diverse coach based off of what his
let me try to, and X's and O's folks out there, please feel free to correct me. I think when Trae Young is on your team is, you give yourself over to how Trae Young wants to play basketball.
Mm-hmm.
And the conversation for all the years after Snyder took over was like, oh, are we going to see Trae Young do more off-ball stuff and like set screens and all that kind of shit? The stuff that would be more conducive to a less heliocentric offense. And there were signs of that, but not really. It was Trae Young ball. Since Trae Young has left, they're a very hard offense to guard in a different way, because I think you don't necessarily know what's coming. I think they run actions that can confuse the defense.
I agree with that. I don't know that that's Snyder ball.
Fine, and maybe it's not Snyder ball, but it's how I think he preferred. I think he prefers this to what he had.
Maybe. I mean, I think first feel is that they're harder to guard, harder to play against. For whatever.
I mean, look, they traded away for.
It was somewhat financial benefit, but yes, they did trade him away for absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
very generous one from Mr. Edwards.
CJ McCollum ain't nothing, as we're about to find out. Deadwords, what's going on, Deadwords? How you doing, man? Thank you very much. Another one who you're always contributing and keeping the conversation great. So thank you. Here's to another great season with KFS. I've been on here since the summer after we hear. I can say that it is truly awesome to be part of this community and watch it grow into something special over the years. Thank you, KFS fam. The We Here season, that was fun times. Didn't end fun, but it was fun times. That was like one of those we didn't realize these were the good old days.
Well, I don't know about that.
I know on several levels they were not.
I was about to say it felt like the beginning of something.
That's
how I felt.
Yeah, there was a I mean, it was, for me at least, it was definitely like, oh, we really got something here. This means something to people in a way that I don't think I had realized, or maybe it didn't mean as much to people before that. And then the summer after that was a very exciting summer with Fournier and Kemba and lots of rumors and things that did not come to fruition and some that did. And I remember that was like a lot of content that summer.
That was the inception of cap or no cap. It's when Jeremy once a week was like, we're trading for blank. And then we're trading for blank. Oh,
That's
actually, we're going to trading for blank. And
what is Jeremy going to do if they win the championship? My God.
We will have a very short offseason, so he will celebrate the offseason. Yeah. We have odds for the finals, for the Knicks series. Not finals. The Knicks series, if you'd like me to. What do you think they are favorites?
To win the series?
Yes. The odds.
Minus... To win the series?
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do process elimination. Minus 300 is way too high. Minus 150, I don't think is quite high enough.
You're correct, by the way, in your initial analysis.
Fuck it. I'll split the baby. So splitting the baby would make it minus 225, and yet there's a part of me that thinks it's like minus 175. What is it?
Minus 285, according to our friends at Fanatics Sportsbook.
Talk about the disrespect. I better make the apology louder than the disrespect.
Hawks are plus 230 to win the series. The spread is Knicks minus 1.5 at minus 120. So if you think the Knicks will win in 4, 5, or 6, then that'll hit. And correct outcome of the series: Knicks in 5 is plus 270. Knicks in 7 is plus 330. Knicks in 6 is plus 400. So 4-1. A sweep is 6-1 plus 600. And then it just keeps getting.
What are the Hawks? What are the Hawks bet? What's
Hawks
the
in
first...
7 is plus 700. 7-1 odds.
What about Hawks in 6?
6 is plus 800. Hawks in 5 is plus 1600. And Hawks sweep is plus 2500. 25-1.
Listen, if the Hawks win this series in 5 games, Jesus Christ,
it'll be different vibes on the post game. Talk about the good old days.
Slightly. I do not think. Listen, again, I think the Knicks are going to win the series, so I'll leave it at that for now.
Next up,
Jessica, what's going on, Jess? How are you? What a season. Hashtag 53 wins, and most importantly, the JB and Carl 2-man game is looking better. And Carl has been fire. Yes, he has. F the Hawks, Knicks in 5. Hashtag let's go Knicks. Let's go Mets. There you go.
Thank you, Jessica. I'm very sorry I turned you into a Mets fan. They are a miserable group of losers at the moment. So, but thankfully, misery loves company. And as the Mets have not won in the last 5 games, neither has Big Brother across town. So 0-10 baseball, 0-10 week or 5 games for the 2 teams in New York baseball. Hope to see you soon at a town hall in the not too distant future, Jessica. Next up.
Hope you're well. JDM, what's going on? I'm rooting for Mike Brown these first playoffs. I mean, I'm rooting for the Knicks. If Mike Brown, he's along for a ride. It's fine. Way too much vitriol sent his way this season. He has a chance to prove the doubters wrong. Was there vitriol sent Mike Brown's way this season? By who? Where?
I assume there's vitriol sent every coach's way, so I'm sure it's out there. I had like moments and quibbles with Mike Brown, especially when the cat stuff was bad, but I think he did a good job this year.
I can remember one game where in the post game I was like, I think Mike Brown may have messed up in this game out of 82. But then my overarching thing was like, you got to be on the same page as your $57 million all-star.
Well, yeah. Look, to your point, I'm having a hard time coming up with specific games like that one's on the coach. You know, I thought he was very flexible and did all the things that I always wanted under the last head coach, even if at times he also played rotations or spread the wealth a little bit more than I would have wanted. But this is what a season of data collection is about. And what they collected was a 53-win team that finished 4th in offense, 6th in defense, and 5th in net rating. So I can't get too upset with him.
I think Mike Brown did a phenomenal job. Literally can't say anything specifically about like, oh, he should have done this better or that better. Cat seems to be like as motivated as ever. And I don't care. I said it on a recent post game. I don't care if it's because he fucking loathes Mike Brown with the fire of 1,000 suns, or if they've come to some sort of an agreement or whatever. I don't. It could not matter less to me.
There might be another off-court thing going on with Cat. Like his dad getting out of the hospital might help, but who knows what it is.
Not. I have many pastimes I enjoy. Trying to figure out the mentality of Carlton Towns is not one of them. Dom Cappuccini, what's going on, brother? How you doing, man? I'm glad the playoffs are here. I look forward to the 53-win shirt. I got to order mine today, actually. I didn't order it yesterday because I had a busy day. It's been a wacky year, but unlike last year, I will save some optimism that this playoff run will be much more enjoyable and memorable. Let's go Knicks. It's crazy. It will the cognitive dissonance that I have for last year's playoffs, which was overall a negative experience for me, and I've talked about this many times, and yet it contained 4 of the best I mean, it's game 6 if you include the Brunson, because of the Brunson shot. It included 4 or 5 of like the best Knicks playoff wins of like, I don't know. How many better ones were there? I mean, there were some better ones in 24, obviously. It contained some really good ones. Like every win of the Celtics series was like incredible in its own way.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and yet I just can't. I have a negative feeling towards it for reasons.
For your reasons, yes. I think my overarching thought to this comment, Dom, is like the coolest thing about what we get to do at Knicks Film School is like what I remember about the playoffs last year is not necessarily the Knicks playing and their wins and whatnot. I got to watch them beat the Pistons with John, Mark, and John, Sean, and Jeff. Like getting to experience that moment with you on RIP playback, right?
Yeah.
Getting to experience game 4 at a watch party, like with everybody, the watch party crew back when we were doing stuff at T Squared, like seeing Cat shot in person, like the reactions we got to have together. And then watching game 2 with you and Sean and Jeff against the Celtics was something. As well as like game 6 we got to watch together. And like we're crying in the third quarter because this is really going to happen. So that's like new moments are on their way, Dom. I firmly believe that we're going to get to make new memories this postseason. And I wouldn't want to be part of a different group that I get to make these moments with. I will not talk about the Pacer moment that was made, by the way, who I was watching a moment with and what happened in that moment.
I was going to say it's the worst thing in the world. I'm not going to say it.
Text it to me. I need to know if it's approved.
It's not approved. It's not approved. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to say something else. Can I give a shout out?
Sure.
To my late father, Pat Macri.
Oh, that's right.
Who this was the first Masters that he's not been around for. I was a massive golf fan, and I did watch pretty much all like the last, like I was doing other shit and I was cooking and watching the game I had on one of the small TVs, but I did watch most of today, and I thought of him a few times. So shout out to him.
Shout out to your father, indeed.
Yes. I'll text you what I was going to say originally.
Oh boy.
Later.
Next up, Kevin Danishevsky. I want to talk about the New York Charlotte game. Takeaways? No. Next up from Ant Rich.
Terrible. You're awful. Jose, Ant Rich. Jose's going to throw his shoulder out, tossing those T-shirts into the to the Chase Bridge. I heard about it. I didn't see it. I heard Percy I didn't tweeted about this.
Didn't even know he was throwing.
Apparently, like the whole team was like throwing T-shirts after the game.
Indeed. Do you? To honor Kevin's comment, and thank you, Ant Rich, for the super chat. Very generous super chat. Oh, there's another one. Excuse me. We'll actually do this one. Sorry, Kevin.
Thank you again. Lots of generosity today, guys. Thank you. Great tune-up game for Deuce. Completely agree. To get him back into rhythm. Mo hit the rookie wall. Jose can still play in the playoffs if need be. 100% on the Jose thing, and I think we will see him in this series. 100% on the Deuce thing. It could be the rookie wall for Mo, or it could just be the fact that he's a second round pick, and second round picks are a reason. They're inconsistent, and like I love the flashes that we've seen. That there will be people who at some point during the series will lose a game in this series probably, and I guarantee you there will be a super chat comment, if not multiple super chat comments, about how Mo Diawara should have played and he would have been the answer. Like he has reached that level of cult status for Knicks fans. And I'm not saying he won't see minutes or he shouldn't see any minutes, but I'm not like, let's roll with for me, Jose's our 10th man. I'll just say that.
Cosign. Do you have any takeaways from the New York Charlotte game?
No.
Oh, is that what you just said? Like that's your takeaway, that Jose Alvarado's our 10th man, and that Mo hit a wall.
My takeaway is that it's really cool to see the kids on the team playing hard and trying hard, and here's a takeaway. I'm really happy we don't have to play the Hornets.
There you go.
that is a team full of riverboat gamblers, and I wouldn't have wanted any part of them. Sean just sent us a text.
Yep, I
You
just
can
responded.
take care of that. Thanks, Kev. Jason with another one. I was ready for a preview with Benji Sampson and Caitlin.
So 2 things, Jason. Where's DJ in this? And second, did I miss that Caitlin's doing Raptors content?
I don't think so.
Okay. Well, maybe you meant DJ, because that there was a conversation about getting Sampson involved in some types of X's and O's crossover.
Yeah.
I have no idea because there's not many Hawks content creators, and the one that I usually collaborate with has some good news in his personal life coming up pretty soon. So we're trying to coordinate that now.
Oh my God, Hawks Fan TV?
Yeah. Some good news.
Is he spawning an offspring?
I was trying to, yes, and a second one, by the way. I'm trying not to put his business out too much in the world. When I say induced, momentarily, is the coordination, because I knew this going into the weekend because I was trying to plan for next week. And I was like, all right, well, hopefully it's not the Hawks, and then you can enjoy playing week all to yourself. Little did I know that the Orlando Magic is a unserious organization and should never be mentioned in the same conversation as the 90s Knicks ever again.
Hawks Fan TV.
Shout out to Alex. Next up,
Jeff. Hi, Jeff. I'm setting the over-under on hashtag and yet for the series at 25, minus 125. It's playoff time. If you want a friend, get a dog. New York versus the universe. I love it.
Hell yeah. Love it, Jeff. Jeff will be live at some point with Sean for after school. That's already been confirmed for this week.
I think I had an and yet on this post game. Thank you, Jeff.
I think so too.
I'll see you tomorrow. Dying because the Knicks. Iron sharpens iron, but for real, FML on Atlanta. I don't think it's FML level. I was excited to play Toronto. I'm decidedly less excited to play Atlanta. I just don't know. I just don't think that there's any way to beat around the bush on that.
I agree.
Yeah.
Last one.
Oh, Charles Parkins with another one. I agree we don't necessarily need a tune-up to beat Boston like they did last year, but we've seen them lose focus after a week of cakewalking. Overall, I think 5-6 versus Atlanta prepares us better than 4 or 5 versus Toronto. You might very well be right. I guess the flip side of the argument is they expend more energy getting past the Hawks. Then again, it's a different coach. But then again, and yet, for however tired they were against the Celtics, they pulled off 2 of the greatest comebacks in the history of the franchise. That team, had a certain something, but then again, you can go back and forth on this so many different ways.
Keep the bit going. Keep the bit going, John.
I know, and yet,
you could spin this a whole bunch of different ways.
They've been fresh the fourth quarter of the whole season. I tweeted it the other day, and some other people I saw on the internet have picked up, have also gotten on that their fourth quarter net rating is I think actually I didn't see that. I didn't find this out. Somebody else did the legwork. It's the best fourth quarter net rating since the NBA has been recording these things.
Oh, that I didn't know. I knew it was the best fourth quarter net rating for a while, but I didn't know it was the best ever.
It's awesome. So, clearly they're fresh down the stretch of these games. So they should be. I wasn't going to have it in yet.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
They're fresh down the stretch of these games. They should be fresh for the Celtics series. Unless you're talking about going 7. What you don't want is you don't want this thing to go 7 and then you have one day off and then you got to go into the fucking Boston Garden for game 1. Ideally you want to, the Celtics I'm far more convinced than you that the Celtics are going to sweep. Maybe not sweep, 4 or 5 round 1.
It's a Maxi conversation. I think Maxi can get a game or two against Boston.
That Sixers team is so thin.
It is. Maxi played 50 minutes a game. He's going to play 50 minutes a game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Like, the minutes are only going to go up, you know?
Yeah. Maybe Embiid will make a miracle comeback.
Next up. 2 more came in, by the way.
Awesome.
What's up?
No, I was just checking. True statement. What's going on? True statement. Outside of ours, which series are you most interested in watching happening? Mine is Pistons versus Hornets. I actually think there was a way for the Eastern Conference playoffs to break the playoffs to break period that would have been like super interesting. I am personally now not particularly excited for any first round series, and that does include the possibility of Pistons versus Hornets. I just have gained so much respect for the Pistons. Not to say they're unbeatable or any of that stuff, but just how they're just so serious and they are so confident in their play style and everything. And then you look over to the West, Thunder versus TBD, don't care. Spurs versus TBD, don't care. So we should probably say what is going on for the people that might care about this. Denver is up by 14 at halftime over the Spurs. The Lakers are up by 17 over the Jazz at halftime. If the Lakers win and the Nuggets lose, Denver falls to 4. If the Nuggets and Lakers both win, Denver stays at 3. I would be extraordinarily excited for Nuggets Wolves. I think that would rock. And I would be very, very excited about that series. If we don't get that series and it ends up being Lakers Wolves with no Luka and no Austin Reeves, not excited for that series. I think the Wolves are going to win. And then Nuggets Rockets, I'm not particularly excited about because I think Nuggets will win. So I think I remember I mapped this out like a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, if we got it and it was a way that was very realistic, I'm like, I'm going to be it was like Lakers Rockets. And even after the Luka injury, I was like, let's get Lakers Rockets. Let's get the 2 oldest superstars in the history of the league going mano a mano. And now we're probably not even going to get, well, though, actually, maybe we get that. So maybe Lakers. You know what? I want it to stay the way it is right now. Nuggets, Wolves,
the scores
Lakers.
hold, that's what you get.
What?
I was about to say, if the scores hold,
if the scores hold, I had the Denver game on, like
double digits.
Yeah,
you don't know if the Spurs pull. I don't know if the Spurs are going to go full Celtics in the second half.
I don't think that they will.
There's storylines galore, though. I agree with you.
Like the Spurs should want to avoid the Nuggets.
I mean, yeah, who knows? Maybe they don't fear anybody. They're too young to fear anybody. I think there's storylines galore with some history involved too. Like if you go OKC Clippers, that's literally Kawhi against the team that they traded for all these things for Paul George and like the team that has their first round pick, right? If it's Suns Spurs, it's a generation removed, but that was a very good rivalry in the 2000s with Amari Stoudemire, now Hall of Famer Amari Stoudemire, and Steve Nash, and Tony Parker, and Tim.
And you get Dylan Brooks trying to rough up the Spurs, and we'll see how that goes.
That's play style, though. I'm going storylines.
Yeah,
I'm talking about history here. You get Nuggets Wolves. This will be the 3rd time they will play in the playoffs in the last 5 seasons. And then, like you said, Lakers Rockets. Not only do they have some history, but the Durant versus LeBron of it all.
Yeah, and that is the best chance for the Lakers to win the first round, which then opens up the possibility you do get Luka and Reeves, a healthy Luka and Reeves, to go, I guess, up against the Thunder in that case. But like, I don't think the Lakers have a chance against the Thunder.
Isn't there some Ime against LeBron stuff? Didn't Ime get ejected from a game for something he said to LeBron?
Sure.
Yeah. And then in the East, it's all like there was literally a fight between the Pistons and Hornets earlier this year. Knicks Hawks is a rematch. Celtics Sixers is a long time rematch. And then speaking of a generation removed, Cavs Raptors was like when LeBron was playing the Raptors every year. It was a very contentious rivalry for a long time. So we'll see if history repeats itself.
I don't think if the Cavs have issues in that series. Anyway, true statement. Thanks. Anthony Sixto with another one. Thank you, Anthony. If Mosley gets the boot, I want Tibbs in Orlando. Make the next 5 years spicier. Also, thoughts on the third quarter rotations versus Charlotte. Please make Claudio answer. Oh my God.
Okay, sorry, I was making sure some stuff was. Let me read the super chat again.
Your thoughts on
quarter
the
rotations. I think Anthony's doing that on purpose.
Yes, he is.
My thoughts on the third quarter rotations is that Jamal Mosley should have played Des Bane more and taken this game more seriously, and that Joe Mazzulla in that third quarter clearly saw blood and wanted to open the wound as wide as possible. So that's my answer, Anthony.
The Des Bane thing is more offensive to me than the fact that they laid down and died in the third, or just didn't know how to handle what the Celtics were bringing to the table in the third quarter. That he waited to put Bane back in. What a disaster.
He should be fired before Tuesday, but he won't. He'll get 2 more games and then will be escorted out of the building.
I mean, just absolutely disaster. Jessica with another one. Also, just wanted to say I started enjoying KFS before the We Hear season. KFS has become a crucial part of my Knicks fandom. I appreciate you, John, and all the hard work from GMAC and all the KFS crew. Jessica, I've met a lot of people doing this work over the years. I hope I'm not offending anybody else by saying that you are the kindest, or at least to me, you have always been just like completely and totally generous with your spirit and like support and like behind the scenes stuff that you've said, to me personally. It's just means a lot. And as does your support, which is awesome. So thank you.
Your family here, Jessica.
Yes.
Hope you're well. And last one.
Sean. Road trip, Magic fucking City.
Can't co-sign a Magic City road trip mid playoffs, personally.
When would be the game? There would be a game in Atlanta next weekend.
Next weekend. No. So 2 weekends from now, the weekend of the 25th, you'd have to be there. Probably for game 4 on Sunday. We are not doing that because of the order of operations we have at Knicks Film School, where you have to be on a computer after games. However, what you can do is at Penn 6 for game 1, whenever it happens against the Atlanta Hawks, is go to the Knicks Film School watch party. Sean has it as Saturday, April 18th. Has not been announced yet when the series is.
Yeah, but Sean knows things.
Sean knows things. So if it is next Saturday, officially, it will be game 1, a watch party at Penn 6 in Midtown. Drink specials, giveaways, special guests. Get there at 4 p.m. for pregame festivities. Shout out to Sophie Dash, who's been working with us all season and helping us set up these events. But yeah, Knicks Hawks next Saturday, most likely, or whenever game 1 is, for game 1 of the first round of the East playoffs. The link is on the bottom to RSVP. I will add that to the description as well. So we begin another playoff run as appropriately with the Knicks Film School watch party.
Hopefully not famous last words, but like I will, as long as they win the game 1, I will, not that I will rest easy, but like any latent fears I might have going into the series will go away if they win game 1.
I will just say, I know that was your thought going into Toronto too, and I was like, all right, yeah, sure, we gotta respect Toronto. Now I'm legitimately like, all right, let me see it. Like, that's the best respect I can give Atlanta. I want to see them win game 1 now. The Knicks.
You mean? So. Yes, I was about to say the Knicks. Okay.
All right, you wanted to do an all NBA check-in.
I just wanted to see the games played stuff. So we're still up in the air on Luka.
It's a hardship exception. If they give it to him, they give it to him.
Okay, and then Cade.
I don't think Cade's gonna get a hardship exception given to him.
Okay, so Luka may get it, Cade may not.
Right.
So let's assume that Luka gets it. Want to assume that Luka gets it? First team SGA, Jokic, Wemby, who qualified. Wemby, congratulations on your first of many Defensive Player of the Year awards. Luka and Jaylen Brown. Second team. Tell me if I've said someone who does not qualify, or if I'm like forgetting someone obvious. Second team, Donovan Mitchell.
Yep.
I'm gonna try roughly to go in order here, but I'm not gonna go in order probably. Anthony Edwards did not qualify.
61 games for Anthony Edwards.
That's tough.
Kawhi played exactly 65. I have Kawhi on my second team. Yes.
So Donovan, Kawhi.
You could say Jalen Brunson's name now.
I'll say Jalen Brunson.
Now you could say Kevin Durant's name because I know you want to.
Kevin Durant and then Maxey.
Tyrese Maxey played 69 games. So, yeah, that's eligible.
And then third team, Duren, Jalen Johnson.
Would you put Chet?
I was about to Chet's the next name out of my mouth.
Those are my first three on third team. Jamal Murray is my fourth.
Oh, shit. I forgot. Oh, wait. No, Murray has to be on second team.
Oh, then bye-bye Tyrese Maxey.
I'm telling you right now, there's a possibility Brunson ends up on third team.
No, there is.
I'll bet
if Cade gets eligible, then yes, there is.
No, without Cade, because I think Murray. I think Murray's going to get more votes.
That's fine. He could get more votes. Tyrese Maxey's not getting more votes than Jalen Brunson. There's a chance Kawhi doesn't, but I think Kawhi's been more impactful for like.
I think Kawhi's going to get first team votes.
I think he's going to get first team votes. I don't think he's going to get. But as a result, there's a chance he gets more total points than Jalen Brunson. Tyrese Maxey's not getting more total votes than Jalen Brunson.
All right, fine. Mitchell, Kawhi, Brunson, KD, Murray on second team. Third team, Maxey, Duren, Johnson, Chet, and
I'm curious who you have for your last spot.
I think it's Barnes or Cat. That's the conversation. It's Barnes or Cat. And I'm just hold on, make sure I didn't miss anybody.
I would obviously pick Cat because I'm a homer. I think it'll be Scotty Barnes with potential for LaMelo Ball.
Late charge.
Just the Hornets were the story of the season.
If they had gotten to the 6th seed and like he had like a last week for the ages, I would agree with you.
I mean, shoot, you could say Knipple too for like the historic rookie season he had. I don't think he will, but
the fact that you just brought him up as a possibility is why neither of them are going to get on this team. I really do think, and Booker doesn't qualify. Also,
Booker doesn't qualify.
Denny probably. If Denny qualifies because he I think tonight was a 65.
Tonight's 66. Tonight's 66. His last game was 65.
Yeah, and I don't think voters are gonna. You know, he'd headline a fourth team. It's going to be Cat or Barnes. I would put Cat on too, but I agree with you. I think it's going to be Barnes.
I think it's going to be Scotty Barnes. Like people would rather have two, would rather have a Raptor than a second Nick.
I think it makes sense that. Oh. Yeah, I think these are the teams.
Yep, me too. So to recap, SGA, Jokic, Wemby, Luka, Jaylen Brown, Donovan Mitchell, Jalen Brunson, Kevin Durant, Kawhi Leonard, Jamal Murray, Tyrese Maxey, Chet Holmgren, Jalen Duren, Jalen Johnson, and either Scotty Barnes or Karl Anthony Towns.
I'm just telling you right now, I will not be shocked if Brunson ends up on 13. Putting it out there right now. Okay.
All right. What's the bet? What's the beverage?
What you tell me? Whatever beverage of choice.
Alcohol versus Red Bull again?
Sure. I owe you a dinner as it is. So,
this comment, I don't think Nickeil Alexander-Walker is all NBA consideration. He's going to win most improved player though.
Probably. Yeah. Not for me either. It's again, there's like a fourth, fifth team conversation about Nickeil Alexander-Walker. I just, he's really good. And the fact that you bring him up says a lot about what you like. Again, just Not saying Knicks fans should be like worried or anything. Jalen Johnson is going to be making All-NBA team. Nickeil Alexander-Walker will get votes for All-NBA. Dyson Daniels is literally finished second Defensive Player of the Year voting last year. I don't think I need to tell anybody about what he's capable of doing defensively specifically. And then, oh, by the way, CJ McCollum. You want to know about CJ McCollum? Go look up some of what CJ McCollum did in big playoff games in Portland. That dude has ice water running through his veins. He is absolutely a guy who you can give shots to in the fourth quarter and feel good about those possessions. Beyond that, Okongwu, a bit of a question mark. Corey Kispert, obviously, he's kind of not even 100% in the rotation. Kuminga, who knows? Yeah, Kuminga had a great playoffs last year. Unique situation. Jock Lando will be their backup 5. He can stretch the floor a little bit, I think. Who am I forgetting? Oh, Gabe Vincent, the aforementioned Gabe Vincent, who we already disagree about. The Knicks bench should certainly have an advantage over the Hawks. So can our starters play their starters? The eternal question.
Would you want to go through some quick Claudio Casino bets from now that the season is complete?
Sure.
How cooked are you on content for tonight? I know we went long.
No, I'm fine. I mean, I got to tweak the newsletter. But yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So, hold on. I got to turn the timer off. The first one is off. There we go. First one. How many 30-point games will Jalen Brunson have this season? 25.5 was the line. You went under. Jeremy went under.
And it's under.
It was 26.
You're kidding me.
He had 26 exactly.
Oh, wow. Good line. Great job by you.
Any other Knicks you think had more than 10?
More than 10 30-point games?
Mm-hmm.
Cat didn't. No.
Cat did not. He was second on the team with 7.
Yeah.
Then OG had 2. Mikal Bridges had 2. Can you name the other 2 Knicks that had 1?
Josh Hart had a 30-point game.
Josh Hart had a 30-point game, and then one other Knick. Josh Hart set a record with his. He was 10 of 11 with 5 threes in his 30-point game.
And the Landry Shamet game.
The Landry Shamet game. Well done. The next Claudio Casino line. How many double-doubles will Karl-Anthony Towns have this year? 44.5 was the line.
I went under, I think.
You both went under.
It led the league, right?
Yeah, he had 56. I don't know if that led the league or not.
He was, did Jokic get one today?
I'm going to double check the season-long stats for the...
I got it right now.
Hold on. Okay, what is it then?
Hold on, I just got to go to totals. Oh, wait, no, I don't have to organize my totals. So, Cat, 56. All I have to check is if Jokic had one today. And Jokic tonight.
Jokic says it's 23 and 8, so he's 2 rebounds away from tying Cat.
And I don't think he's getting back in the game.
Yeah, I think he's playing. He had played 18 minutes in the first half, it looks like.
18 is enough?
Oh, then maybe he'll have to come back in to play 2 more minutes. Maybe they're spacing it out in case they need him back in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, okay. Well, so it's double-double lead is going to... I mean, Cat will at the worst tie for double-double lead.
How many stocks will Mitchell Robinson average this year per 36? This is 4 that he had to average.
Did I go over?
You went... Both of you went under. Oh, no. You went over. Jeremy went under. This is back when you thought he was going to be in Defensive Player of the Year conversations.
Listen, sometimes we have takes. I'm going to guess he was a little under.
So the number was 4. He averaged 3.8.
Yeah.
2.1 blocks, 1.7 steals per 36.
It's just tough because there are a lot of games where it's 0-0, because that's just his defense does not. He's not Wemby, he doesn't need to. He doesn't get those sorts of blocks because his defense is a deterrent as much as it is a fire hose. I don't know if that analogy works. A smoke alarm as opposed to a fire hose.
A smoke alarm. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
How many minutes will Josh Hart average this season? 29.5 was the number. You went under. Jeremy went over.
I went under?
You went under. This was a collaboration. I don't know if you were being facetious when you were like, yeah, again, it was a bench player at the beginning of the season.
Yeah, but all right. And his final minute total was, let me guess.
Okay, you guess it.
I think it's pretty close to this number, right?
It's very close to this number.
I don't know then. What is it?
30.2.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go.
Good line.
How many points will OG Anunoby and Mikal Bridges average combined this season? The line is 38.5.
This one under.
Very under.
Yeah.
The line was 38.5. OG Anunoby averaged 16.7. Mikal Bridges averaged 14.6, which gives us 31.3. How many? Oh, we didn't get to see this. How many non-garbage time possessions will Jalen Brunson, Karl-Anthony Towns, Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and Deuce McBride play together this season? The line was 199.5. The lineup, as some has called.
I'm trying to remember. We saw the lineup since Deuce has come back, but I don't think it was enough to get over the number. Because I remember you updated this the last time we did a show together, and you were like, this is not going to hit because Deuce is not going to play again. I'm like, wait, Deuce might come back at the end of the year. And you were like...
At the All-Star break, it was at 188, which was the last time we discussed it. It finished with 188.
I could have sworn that Deuce was in...
Never. He always used to come in for Bridges.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he came in for Bridges in one of these games or two of these games.
The substitution pattern when he comes in is he comes in for Bridges. He hasn't come in for Josh Hart, and they've gone to that 5-out look yet. The 5-out look they've gone to, honestly, Josh Hart should be included in 5-out looks with the way he's shooting.
Well, Deuce, Pat, I think going into today, actually, interestingly enough, this is kind of funny, is there was going to be a question as to who would finish as the next leading three-point shooter, and I'm going to look it up right now. Let's see if did this update? It updated.
What is it?
So Josh Hart is listed first at 41.3. Deuce McBride also is listed at 41.3, which makes me want to pull up the totals. And Josh Hart, hold on, I'm going to do the math with my calculator so I get the extra decimal point. Josh Hart made exactly 100 threes this year. All right, so Josh Hart is at 41.3. This is scintillating podcasting.
We're doing math.
41.3223. Deuce McBride, 112 threes. It's the irony in the fact that these two guys finished with the same 3-point percentage.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce McBride, 41.328. I don't know why it has Hart listed first. Deuce got it by 1 3-pointer today.
Shout out Deuce McBride. Clearly an argument for him to start over Josh Hart is this right here. This exercise you just did. Couple more. How many times will a Knicks score 40 points in a game this season? In fact, this will be the last one. The line before the season was 11.5. How many times do you think the Knicks scored 40 points in a game?
This was way under.
How many times do you think it? So I think you.
How many times did it happen?
Yeah, you went under. Jeremy went under.
Did it happen 6 times, 5 times?
More.
7?
Hold on. I gotta adjust. You're right. Hold on a second. I gotta adjust for this year. I was looking at years past. You're right. 5.
Yeah.
Brunson did it 4 times. Cat did it once against Minnesota.
Yeah.
Do you remember the 4 times he did it, Jalen
Brunson? Did he do
once
it
was in a
Denver
loss.
Once?
Did it against Denver in overtime.
I don't know.
One was a loss that caused some consternation after the game.
Was it a Boston loss?
Atlanta. The Boston loss, he was dreadful in that game. He shot like 5 for 30, and Jaylen Brown picked on him the whole game. I understand in your mind, a loss to Boston is always constantly in play, but
the loss to Atlanta, I don't remember the other two.
The loss to Indiana is the one you're thinking of. They lost.
Oh my God!
Cat hit the free throws at the end of the game, and there was an argument. Brunson called his number one too many times. Well, he had 42 points on 31 field goal attempts. He was 15 for 31 in this game. And then the other two was the NBA Cup semifinals against the Orlando Magic. He had 40 points exactly. And then week after the NBA Cup championship was won, he had 47 points against the Miami Heat.
There you go.
There you go. Still some Claudio Casino bets to be decided because of the postseason. So we'll see what happens. And that will conclude our regular season postgame shows.
All right. Well, listen, thanks to everybody for watching the last regular season postgame show presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Hope everybody enjoyed this one tonight. Hope everybody's enjoyed the postgame shows all season. We are, to say that we're going to have wall-to-wall content in the week ahead is quite an understatement. Got some of the usual great stuff, some of the stuff where you've become accustomed to as we prepare for playoff series. Jeremy and me will go live tomorrow. Obviously got Fred coming on the pod and a couple other folks, including surprise guests that I'm not going to say anything about. I'm not going to say anything. And we'll talk more about that when the time comes. And that's it. Thank you for checking out another episode of the Knicks Film School Postgame Show presented by Fanatics Sportsbook. Don't forget to support the show in all the ways that you support the things that you love. At Knicks Film School on social media. Merch. Go grab yourself one of those 53 wins t-shirts. They're flying like hotcakes off the shelves. And, of course, check out bonus content and all of that great stuff. All right. Let's get out of here. On behalf of Andrew Claudio, I'm Jonathan Macri, and we'll talk to you soon. Peace out.